Now let's take a look at how a duel is settled. There are 4 individual conditions for deciding the outcome of a duel. One condition is to reduce an opponent's life points to 0. Your Celtic Guardian is about to execute a direct attack on your opponent's leader. Since your opponent only has a life point total of 1,000 points, the damage you inflict will reduce your opponent's life points well past 0. In short, you're about to emerge victorious. The following example is a more complicated situation for which the life point 0 conditioning applies. In this scenario, the life points of both players are 500 points respectively. Your opponent has a not too powerful needle ball monster in play. However, the monster has a special ability. Destruction inflicts 500 points of damage against an opponent's life points when destroyed in battle. When the monster is eliminated in battle, it automatically inflicts 500 points of damage to an opponent's life points. Strength-wise, the Celtic Guardian is far stronger than the Needle Ball. Now let's take a look at what happens when you attack this monster. As you can see, the life points of both players have been reduced to 0. The result is a draw match. In this manner, the outcome of a duel is decided after all the triggered effects have been taken into account. Be careful that you don't get dragged into a draw when you have a good chance of winning the match. Another condition that decides the outcome of a duel is the occupation of summon areas. The areas indicated in blue whenever you attempt to summon a monster are called summon areas. If all of these areas are occupied by your opponent's forces, you will lose the match in play. To be more specific, if your opponent occupies all of your summon areas at the end of your turn, you lose. If you find yourself surrounded, it is vital that you clear at least one of these areas before your turn is over. If your leader is in this position, that leaves you with only 3 summon areas. When you're at the edge like this, there are only a few summon areas, and if they are all occupied, you'll lose. Depending on terrain conditions, there are spaces that cannot be used as summon areas. In this situation, there are fewer summon areas, and if they are occupied by your opponent, you'll lose. The next condition for deciding the outcome of a duel is a life point comparison, resulting from the clock running out of a duel. The time remaining in a duel is displayed in this location. The number of turns remaining will decrease by 1 following the completion of your turn and that of your opponent's. When the number of turns remaining reaches 0 and both players are complete their respective turns, the outcome of the duel will be decided. In this case, the player with the higher number of life points is declared the winner. Hence, maintaining a lead is a key strategy for the smart duelist. The final condition for winning is unleashing the power of Exodia the Forbidden One. It is said that somewhere in this world, there are 5 very rare cards known as Exodia the Forbidden One and its 4 forbidden limbs. Individually, these cards are weak due to the spells that bind them. However, once those spells are broken, an unstoppable force is unleashed. To release Exodia from the binding spells, the following steps are required. Exodia the Forbidden One. First, Exodia the Forbidden One must be brought into play as your deck leader. Then you must position the 4 limbs of Exodia in the surrounding summon areas. From there, flip over the attacking position when you enter into your turn without any spells or controls preventing you from executing a normal turn. Exodia will be freed, and your opponent will face hopeless defeat at the hands of this awesome creature. This concludes our lesson in victory conditions.